Hello, welcome back to part 2 of our review of Dark and Wild. Whoop, whoop. We have come back after quite a long time since part 1, so we'll reintroduce. I've actually also even aged since part 1, so yeah. Hi, I'm Christine. I am 30 years old. And I've been Army 2 years.
It's okay to start lying about your age.
Yeah, I have. I was already doing that. I'm 26. Yeah. Okay. And with me, I have got my 2 co-stars who have remained the same age since last time, I believe.
Hi, I'm Leanne. I'm 34 and I've been Army for about 18 months. And still joining us from Korea, we have...
Natasha. Hi, I'm Natasha. I'm 20 years old and I've been Army coming up to 7 years. Or it is 7 years.
Oh, exciting. Long
It's
time.
my claim to fame.
Yeah, so I think since it's been a while since we recorded part 1, we'll do another mini intro because a lot of things have gone down. So,
Whoop, whoop.
Firstly, we went to Korea.
Yes!
Yay! Leanne
That's
and I
why
also went.
That's why there was a delay. Yeah, we were there. All the generations reunited.
Yes.
What did we do when we were out there, Christine?
We
Cried.
In terms of, yeah, we did.
Cried and cried and cried.
In terms of BTS things, I've written, we went to the Hype Daydream Believers exhibit. It was good.
Yeah, and we wrote little notes to them.
We did, yeah. It's just photos of them, really, and it's in the same room with all the other Hype groups.
So you can see TXT and Hypen and
La Seraphim.
I
think that's it. Oh, 17. Yeah, 17, they were also there. And then we went to the Hyuga Cafe, also known as Their Old Dorms. Natasha and I had drinks in Yoongi and Jin's room. And we wrote post-it notes there as well with messages.
We went into the wall.
Yeah,
again?
We did. We went to the old big kit building again where our big "We Will Wait" was still really visible. Yeah, so please find that on our Instagram in the highlights. And then we went to the Yurjongjiktang, I think that's what it's called, the restaurant where they used to eat just by the old dorm. And then we met some German girls next to us because they sat us on this table that was like a long table and it already had like 2 couples of foreigners sitting on that table, and they put us like in between the 2 tables of foreigners, and the rest of the restaurant was quite empty. And so we're like, why do you want us to sit here? But then this German girl leaned over and was like, this is where BTS used to sit. So they were like, we know this is where your crazy girls want to sit.
Hi, white girls, come sit in the BTS seats.
And then there were these stickers on the side of the table, and the girl was like, oh, the stickers match which member used to sit here. So when we sat down, Natasha was in Yoongi's bit and I was in Tae's bit, and then we had to switch.
Obviously.
Yeah, and we went to the swings in Haktong Park.
Recreated the photo shoots.
Yeah, where Yoongi did his Marie Claire photo shoot, and then RM and Jimin were there for the telepathy episode of Run BTS. That's what it's called.
And they did Chuseok there.
Yeah, they did Chuseok. There was like a traditional type building where some people were sleeping. But yeah, there's a picture of them all in their hanboks, like on the steps of that building. So, walked in the footsteps a fair bit. We couldn't get tickets to any of Sugar's The Final concerts. When, obviously we tried, but it just wasn't happening. And I was like, right, fine, I have seen it. We'll go out and it'll be fine. Yeah, I've seen it 3 times, plus in the cinema, plus on live stream. But yeah, it didn't stop me being all sorts of sad. It's awful, actually.
But we still went.
But we did go the last day, and we saw the whole young line leave through the back entrance.
We saw Jin.
And they all stopped and waved.
And I saw RM with my own eyes.
Yeah, RM was there, stopped and waved.
And I didn't think I'd lose my shit, but I did.
Oh,
yeah. I was like, I'm going to be fine. The problem was for me is the crowd were chanting Kim Seok-jin, Kim Seok-jin.
Yeah,
so I was like, it's going to be Jin, it's going to be Jin. And then it was RM, and I was like, ah!
Yeah,
sorry,
I think J-Hope had already left.
Yeah, had left.
Yeah, so we thought the next person to come out was going to be Jin, but then it wasn't. It was RM. And when they we saw his whole body.
He wasn't naked at this point.
But yeah, he stopped and waved, and yeah,
it was really great. I loved it.
Yeah, then Yoongi came out. really quickly after the concert, probably like 10-15 minutes after it finished. He came out, had changed, he sort of climbed up on the entrance of the car and like waved. That was very
and there was loads of
nice.
armies there. Like when I was telling people we went to the concert but not the concert, they were like, oh, interesting. I was like, there was like at least 200 other people there.
I always preface this by being like, oh, there's a culture, because obviously like it's really hard to get concert tickets there, so loads of people end up like just hanging out outside, you meet other fans, you can still hear, like you can watch on live stream and stuff like that. So that's how I explain to people.
They were like, oh, were they showing it? And I was like, no, we just watched it on our phones. Obviously.
Paid like $100 to watch it on our phones.
But like he was there.
And
I was there
inside,
basically the same.
We were in the same vicinity, and that's a big deal.
It was 35 degrees and we'd not eaten or had any shade for a while, but no,
it was great. But we all cried loads. Lol left.
we did. We sobbed.
Yeah, we thought, because we were watching the live stream and obviously it didn't have subtitles, so we thought when RM spoke, we thought he was talking about how he would be enlisting because of his hair. Obviously, when we read the translations later, he sort of said the opposite. He was like, oh, I've got my new hair, but it's not because I'm enlisting.
Was important, an important word for us. I think I started crying when we realised that Hobie and Jin were there. I was just, we'd seen some like potential, not like spoilers, we'd seen a pair of legs.
I think there were rumors that they had arrived.
It's like a pair of legs. And I was like, maybe not. And then when I saw them and then they were together and they were doing the little slip.
I cried as soon as we got there, I think. Because I was standing outside and watching on my phone. I was like, oh, this is so cool.
This is so sad. And then we cried when Yoongi started crying. That didn't stop.
No, I said I cried loads before Yoongi cried, and then again loads after. And then again when I read the translation that was live, and he said, I didn't want to say see you soon because it would feel like lying, so he said see you in 2025.
Yeah, you cried a lot then.
And
then the next morning Natasha texted me about the enlistment, and I jumped, because we were all in separate rooms, I jumped out of bed, threw on my dress, flung open the door, and I was like, are you okay? And you were like, what?
You gave me a hug and you were like, I'm so
sorry. And she was like, for what? And I was like, have you not seen?
I left my phone on like airplane mode, I think, that whole night. No, I got like a sleep mode. So I left it on the sleep mode because I was like, I can't deal with Instagram or
I don't want to see the
Twitter
reels.
or anyone being like,
it was worse than that. It was hi, this is big hit.
So I hadn't seen, but then I did suspect after he said see you in 2025. I was like, well, he's gonna go soon, and he has to go soon, really. I felt like my expectations had been managed as much as they could have been.
Mine is still like,
he's gonna do his new project.
Yeah, which I think is fine, but just constant anxiety. Every Monday I'm just like, ooh.
It was cruel. Like, big final last goodbye concert, all the like crying meltdown stuff, and then
bye.
All right, bye.
He said he doesn't like to not work.
Yeah.
Like, when do you want to enlist? Yeah, the day after.
He's talked about how he likes to stay busy and how he likes to, he's like, give me shit to do.
Do you want to rest after the concert? I'll just go.
Well, he still hasn't gone, on the chance that this will be out after he actually does go. So, it was sad. But on a more exciting note, we're still getting Suchita episodes.
JK Suchita. Oh, hilarious.
That was good, yeah. He's having on footballer Lee Kang-in from PSG next time, which I was very excited about because it's kind of like my two worlds colliding, because I work sort of within the football space. And I'm manifesting Son Heung-min, who was placed for my old employer and who's a BTS fan. Yeah, he is.
RM wore the sun hat. Sun hat at Wembley.
They like stan each other.
Yeah, big fans.
So
joint fans.
Please come on such a time, that would be great. And then I've written moment to appreciate RM joining chapter 2.
Jesus Christ alive. I've watched it on repeat.
Yeah.
A million times. Yeah. And all of the reels are coming in good with all of the first track music. I'm happy. I'm happy. Finally, he's in chapter 2.
Yeah, I thought
Thankfully, it wasn't from the front.
I thought he'd never, honestly. But yeah, we appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
More. If you want to do more,
we're available.
We're here for it.
Yeah. I did see one that was like all men are liars with the cut of him when he was last at the gym, when he was like, I'm normally shirtless, but I'll like protect your precious eyes.
I remember saying on the podcast about how he said that they're shirtless, and I was like, "You must be trolling us. There's no way they're all walking around shirtless at the gym."
There's another guy there. There's another guy who like comes into the corner who's super buff. Don't know who it is,
also
but
shirtless.
He's shirtless. Yeah,
I know. It's not a lie, guys.
And the rumors are true.
If they ever figure out like teleporting, I'm teleporting straight to the high gym.
He's so buff. You know, like when they ask you those questions, if you could be invisible for a day, where would you go? There.
Hive gym, yes.
Hive gym all day long.
I would live there.
Yeah, I'd die happy there.
Yeah.
I like it. It's just a shame that he's got a shaved head.
I like the shaved head.
Yeah, I've grown to like it.
I really like the shaved head.
I thought.
Yeah, but like, imagine him doing that with like long, flowy, JK hair.
Yeah, you really like the long hair. As long as the hair looks good, I don't care if it's long or short.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like the shaved head. Oh, also though, to appreciate his sexy body and his sexy mind, he's changed his Insta bio to The Rage and the Grace, which we think might be obviously teaser for Project 2.
Yeah, I saw
The Rage and the Grace, which feels like not Indigo, but we'll see.
He said he's going to be happier, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, that's what he said good. After Indigo. He said, I'm trying to buy happier songs.
Fine.
Not buy, right? I'm going to do like JK and buy a happy song. No, just kidding.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I want a song about fucking all the time. Where can I buy that? So yeah, sexy mind and sexy body together. And V. Fucking hell.
Yeah, another guy buying songs.
Just...
Yes, buying not fun songs though.
Sad songs.
Sad songs, yeah.
Yeah, sad that V didn't write them.
Yeah.
As always. But they're gorgeous.
Yes, so V's album.
Layover.
Yeah. It's
hilarious.
Like 2 weeks now. It's hilarious.
In that he put Yontan as the album art, the album cover.
Yeah, that is nice.
Strolling everywhere.
World's best visual. Actually, I'm gonna put my dog on there.
What do you want, my dog?
Yeah.
What? You're gonna like work with like cause, like a really famous artist, or Yeon, or do something that's like representative of the. I want my dog on there. My dog's adorable.
Yeah.
And everyone's gonna love it.
Well, the actual album has like different little pictures on it, I think. But yeah.
Rainy Days.
Is
beautiful.
Great.
Love Me Again, beautiful, big fan.
Yeah, I also like
Super
it.
Super happy.
But I've made my mom listen to it because I was like, this you like, and as normal, she's like, oh, so this is your favorite one. Like, I'll put Sugar into Spotify, and I'm like, no,
it's a different.
This is the other guy. He's really good for you.
Oh yeah, you're doing Dark and Wild. I'll search that. No.
Yeah, no. She really likes Singularity, and that's why I was like, you should listen to V's album.
Yeah, we'll do the other when it comes out.
It might come out before this. Let's see.
We really don't want to finish Dark and Wild.
No, it's just because it comes out in like 2 weeks from now. And we try. We don't always succeed, but we try and get the reaction episodes out quicker.
I think since Hobie's been away, you know how I feel about Hobie. But I think I could be double wrecked at the minute.
Yeah, V is great.
Got a lot of time for V.
Yeah, I'll pivot once my boy leaves, I'm sure. I'll be back fully standing Kim Taeyang forever. I'm already, obviously, but like in a
more intense way,
more active way. And then we were gonna talk about the book, but Leon's not got very far and I've not finished it, so maybe we'll do that later. But yeah, there are a few bits in there that would be relevant to this Dark and Wild episode because I talk about the Mama 2014 with Block B quite a lot in it. And then also there's like stuff about the school era and like stuff that we've already covered that's like they've clarified a few points. For example, Big Hit wasn't like a startup company. They've been active for ages, which I didn't know. And they'd have like bands out before that had been like reasonably successful and stuff. They're just, I think the reason that they were in trouble when BTS debuted was they had a girl band that they failed, and that's why they were low on money anyway. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought they literally were just like, let's start a company, let's start a group, and that group was BTS. Yeah, so
no,
learning every day.
And that group had the AI character.
Yeah.
Having this
AI person.
Glam, they were called, I think.
Glam, yeah. And then there was one clip that we saw where was it JK, Jimin, and Yoongi were backup dancers for Glam or something.
Yes! That was strange.
That was so weird.
Strange.
There's lots of videos. There's another one, a guy from a long time ago. He's kind of active now. they're in the music video for that, and it's Tiny, JK, and Hobie. Like, Hobie is like over the moon that he's dancing in this music video. Everyone else is so serious, and he's just like, ah! It's so funny.
Send us the clip.
Yeah, we'll have to add it to the notes now. But yeah, no, I just thought Yoongi was a fun choice. But then in the book, it also says that he was in a dance crew in Daegu.
Yeah, it does.
It says that. And like the first time I read through it, I was like, that must be a mistranslation. Just sort of skipped over it. But no.
And they talked about
because he wanted to be a b-boy.
DJing, rapping, and
b-boying.
Yeah.
He was like, all hip-hop artists must be b-boys.
Yeah.
And that he and Hobie used to go and watch dance battles together.
They did in Hongdae, in Hapcheong, which is Hapcheong, which is where we stayed when we were in Korea.
Yeah,
we used to go and watch them after like training. And in the part of the book that we've read, that reminded me of when the rap line sent the vocal line to hip hop school.
Yeah, they did. They held
hip hop school for the vocal line.
And mainly it was like, you should listen to this song. You should listen to that song.
This is what this song means. Yeah, very cute.
Yeah, there's a lot of like insight on that. If you've not got the book, I would recommend it. It's really nice. It's really good. Right, should we get started? We've got a lot of songs to go through.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to pad out part 2, with a lot of the songs, and then do a couple of songs in part 3 with the award section.
Fine.
Just because there's a lot of songs on this album, and not all of them have that much to say about them.
Let's continue on what can only be described as the dark and wild roller coaster.
Yes, we will get back to that. Anyway, next song up that we've not done is Hip Hop Phile. It's also called Hip Hop Lover sometimes. So Hip Hop Phile was written by P-Dog, RM, Suga, J-Hope, and produced by P-Dog. So yeah, this is this is a big hit internal production, guys. And yeah, it's about what you think it's about. It's about how much I love hip hop.
I didn't know. Well, I thought it was about how great hip hop was until I read the lyrics. And then I was like, no, it's literally just about how much they love hip hop.
Yeah, and they just,
which is a different thing.
Real
I thought they were just like
listen to and
saying like, oh, hip hop's so great.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how many names they dropped until I watched the video. One of the videos has got the lyrics on the bottom, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a big name drop.
Yeah, so I'm gonna explain all the names to you. It starts with a spoken bit from RM where he goes, people wonder why we love this HIP shit. Why we got so much. Then I don't know what he says. It sounds like guys.
Guys, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't find a translation of it.
Why we got so much guys in this culture? Tell me. Like, why is there so many people, boys
involved in this culture
who love hip hop?
Another example of
we should do like
broken English.
I think we could do this as a K-pop song on why we love K-pop.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe after our performance of Dag. We'll do that.
Let's know for our first single. K-pop Phile.
Genuinely, that would be pretty funny. Yeah, let's get working on that. All right. Yeah, and it starts off with, it was a new world to me who would normally scribble stories or poems. You know, RM's a poet. But it came to me suddenly, like, Shimchong, I used to be a flightless bird, but it opened my eyes. So Shimchong is a story about a girl, or the Chimchong is a girl who threw herself in the sea as a sacrifice so that her blind father could regain his eyesight. Her piety helps her to be resurrected and become an empress, and her father's blindness is cured.
Oh, amazing.
So he's saying hip hop sort of did the same for him.
Resurrected him.
It will help him see, I think, like opened his eyes. Yeah.
Which is what the next line is.
Yeah. I used to be a flightless bird, but it opened my eyes. And then he says, people keep asking, baby, why you love that hip-hop shit.
That's in English, right?
Yeah. Then I tell them, I don't have a reason. It's because it's hip-hop.
Hip-hop?
And then he starts listing off all his influences. And he says, nothing special, Epic High.
Tableau shout out.
We think, probably you all know Epic High, but they're a Korean hip-hop group admired very heavily by the rap line. They talk about them in loads of their content.
Yeah.
And then he continues, and like others, Jay-Z and Nas, and of course the classic Illmatic. I presume also you know who Jay-Z and Nas are. But Illmatic is Nas's debut album. And then he says, and Doggy Style, which is Snoop Dogg's debut album. I assumed. Yeah, that is what it is. In My Mind, which is Phile's debut album. And then we obviously know he's since had an interview with Phile, and there was going to be a collab, but we still
I'm still waiting.
We still don't have it.
Maybe it'll be on In Rage and in Grace.
Maybe.
Weird.
And then he says KRS-One, which is an American 80s rapper. He was famous for Sound of the Police.
This is brilliant. I didn't realise what all these were.
Yeah. And then he says, and Ready to Die, which is the debut album by Notorious B.I.G.
Nice.
Yeah. Eminem and The Chronic, which is the debut album from Dr. Dre. Obviously, he was the guy who sort of discovered Eminem as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the next classic, 2001, which is another album by Dr. Dre. Gangstar is an American hip-hop duo mainly active from 1989 to 2003. Black Star, which is another American hip-hop duo formed in 1996. Eric B. Rakim, and Eric B. and Rakim were an American DJ and MC hip-hop duo. Pete Rock and CL Smooth, which were a DJ and lead vocalist hip-hop duo. And all these groups were mainly like from New York when I was looking them up. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's a thing that he was like influenced more by New York style. I think there is a difference between New York style and LA style and like South style, but I don't know enough about hip-hop to tell you what it is.
You should go to hip-hop school.
I really should, yeah. Give me some hip-hop school, guys. After listening off all the
people that he knows,
all the debut albums and the groups, he goes, they just keep popping. That's all I listened to. I was like an old lady. I had so much to say that the stories told by others weren't enough. I first just put layers and layers of nonsense and lies and called them lyrics. And that was it. Oh, that was it when I became myself.
Aww.
On the white paper between the pages of my textbooks, I put myself and erased it. I was free on top of the beat. 7 years ago now, it's the same. This is the most me. So I think he was 19 when Dark and Wild came out. So he must have started at 12 loving hip hop, which is cute. And then we get to the chorus. He says, sort of the vocal line saying, I'll be down for your rap. I'll be down for your rhythm. Yeah, RM taught me that rap stands for rhythm and poetry, which I thought was relevant to
I knew
this.
that before.
I didn't. And yeah, the chorus continues. It still makes my heart pound. It makes me be the real me. Yeah, I love this. Hip hop.
Hip hop.
Hip hop has the scent of humans. Hip hop. Writing down my life. Hip hop is not part of my life. Hip hop. Yeah, this ma. Hip hop.
We're not gonna do that again.
No. The one.
It's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah, we usually only read out the.
You loved it.
Yeah. We're cringing. We know it.
I really like this setup for this one because it really is. It's a rap line song with like the vocal line just on backup.
Yeah.
And at this time, I was thinking they're still in hip hop school. They know nothing about hip hop.
Well, they have
just there, like
they were doing American Hustle Live whilst recording this. I'm pretty sure. So they were already like, in American hip hop school.
Yeah. Very sweet.
All right. Well, J-Hope says, "Yo, how did I start learning my hip hop?" Wow. I got into it by feeling it with my body. Boogaloo, which is a genre of Latin music, and dance, which was popular in the US in the 1960s. So he's sort of attacking hip hop through dance, really, is what is going on. Because the next thing he says is King Tut, which is a dance move inspired by Egyptian dance, where you move your hands in like the straight, cute forms. Like it's supposedly really hard because you need to be like super precise. Anyway, and then he says, old school, I rode the rhythm. Thanks to Big Hits Trust.
Aww.
I stuck my tongue to the rhythm. I stood out, and now I'm in the intersection of rap and dance. Yeah, my role model, Dynamic Duo, which is a South Korean hip-hop duo. Verbal Jint, which is a Korean rapper. With Epic High. He also loves Epic High.
Second shot, Tableau.
Yeah. Writing the resume of my clumsy self, break out from my nameless self, and fly over the stage. So yeah, the Big Hits Trust bit is about him not rapping before he came to Big Hit.
Because he was a dancer.
Yeah. He wasn't a rapper, but he learned to rap.
And he liked hip-hop, so it was always going to work.
Yeah, he was already involved in like the hip-hop scene, but he was a dancer, And he goes, the artists who rang my heart, I think he means made my heart beat, helped me get up when I didn't know anything. The artist, Biggie, Tupac, Nas, that I could express only with my body. I learned more about myself. Hope world. Before I made my own world, there was Cold World.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
Even back then.
Yeah, so if anyone
so
somehow doesn't know, obviously J-Hope did his song on the street with J. Cole, but J. Cole is his big idol. Biggest. That's what he's referring to here, because J. Cole has Cold World, and obviously J-Hope Hope World is based on J. Cole Cold World.
And in that song Hope on the Street, J. Cole goes, Hope World, Cold World.
Yeah. No, I think that he goes J-Hope Cold World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just imagine that. That's like me going back in time, becoming a famous rapper, then getting to rap with RM.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Legend.
Yeah. And then he says, ever since he's shown on Friday nights, so J. Cole's third official mixtape was called Friday Night Lights. And I think he says to him when he meets him at Lollapalooza that he really likes that mixtape. And then he says, I got inspiration and wrote my songs. Mac Miller, Kanye, Kendrick. Again, these are pretty like household names, so I presume you know those ones, but they're all rappers. Their music hits my ears. The best musicians shape the frame of my life so I can go crazier every day. Endless diction, all right. My instincts choose whatever rap is, whatever dance is. My response is sensual. I wonder if he's sort of trying to say that because of his ability to feel the rhythm dancing, he was able to do better rapping, but that's speculation. Now my life melts with hip hop. I'm wild for the night today as well. My body feels like ASAP. So Wild for the Night is a song by A$AP Rocky. And then they do the chorus again, and then Suga goes, hip hop came to me gently, like a little child looking for its mother. It naturally permeated my life. I, who was only an elementary student back then, tailored my dream then. I want to be a rap star. A mature kid who loathed the life that's similar to everyone else's. Though everyone around me held me back and dissuaded me, hip-hop settled itself inside me, completely shook me. The young me who used to write my 16 bars on the corners of my textbooks.
Oh.
Yeah, so obviously I think most armies will know this, but obviously he's talked about a lot not getting loads of support from his family, and I don't know about his friends, but presumably he said the only person that really supported him pursuing music was his brother. So yeah. He says, thanks to that, I declined a stable life and threw myself into a studio in Namsangdong, Daegu. All night, I sharpened my blunt pen tip at the end of my efforts, thanks to the rhymes that I filled my notes with instead of receiving grades for Korean math and English that others would do in school days.
I'm regretting that now.
He's talking about his first studio job. So Yoongi had a job in a Daegu studio as a teenager while he was still in school, and he talks about it loads in his Augusty tracks. The Korean math and English are considered the three most basic subjects in Korean high schools, apparently. So I'm not sure if he means that the rhymes helped him achieve his dreams, not the grades he got, or if he means like the rhymes took over and I didn't get very good grades as a result.
He was distracted by the hip hop.
Yeah. He has said before he wasn't very good at school, but he's really smart. So, and then he says, everyone asks me, what is hip hop? I confidently answer, my everything.
Yeah. He just loves his hip hop.
He really does.
Just love it.
As a result, I buried my life itself in music. If loving this culture is a sin, I'll die hundreds of times. Wow.
Good lad.
What a poetic ending I've written. And then they do the chorus again, and then that's the end. So obviously this is just a note to how much they love hip-hop and the artists that inspired them, and like how they ended up pursuing music as a career. And they're arguably also trying to show off their rap credentials by naming a lot of the lesser known stuff, I think.
Well, that's why we wouldn't get very far with K-pop Phile. Because we
can research. Yeah.
Do you think they researched?
Vocal line researched.
We could do a Bangtan Phile. Drop all the knowledge. Drop all the universe knowledge.
Yeah.
Blood, sweat and tears, scene by scene. Just spitting it out.
Let's do that. Yeah. It's only a rap line that really get to say how they feel about hip-hop. But I think it's strange that it comes out on an album where you could argue that they sort of start transitioning away from look how hip-hop we are. So there are still some elements of that in this album, obviously, but this is the one where they sort of introduce the rock elements and sort of bridge the gap between school era and HYYH when they all embraced more of a like pop rock style, which obviously it still has rap in it, but it's not like angled so much at traditional hip hop culture as the early stuff, I would say.
It reminded me of when Jimin was on Shushwata, and Jimin had said vocal line was always there to support rap line as like your backup. And then Sugar replied to Jimin and said, no, rap line were always there to push the vocal line forward as the front men. And they'd had this back and forth about like which line was like the most important.
Yeah.
This sort of album sort of starts that evolvement where you can really see that shift.
Yeah. Right. Do you like hip hop Phile, Natasha?
Yes. I've put, it's actually a vibe. You can picture someone dancing. Vocal line comes in and I close my eyes and I think I'm in a little club, the lights are dim and there's an unknown group performing on a risen stage, all wearing like hip hop gangster. That's how I imagine it, like underground, like.
Yeah,
it does have that vibe, yeah.
And they're performing it in like a rap battle, and all the other rappers in the audience are like, yeah, because they also love hip hop, and they get all the references, and they everyone's buzzing.
Yeah, like, kind of like 8 Mile when they do their rap battle. Yeah,
that's how I imagine it. Like 8 Mile.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we didn't say if we like it. I think I like it more after having researched it.
Yeah.
At first, I thought the bit where he says HIP shit, and then when they go like, I love this hip hop, and then I was like, oh, this is a bit cringe. Like, I don't want to listen to this. But now, I like it more.
Yeah. Same. I thought the song was about what hip hop was.
Yeah.
Just a reminder that, you know, Bangtan style's hip hop style.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then actually it's not. It's a homage to hip hop and how much they love it.
How they got it.
And how it forms them. Yeah.
It got them into music. Like,
yeah.
Ultimately, right?
And
like Arm and Sugar are saying basically that they wouldn't have been rappers or idols, really, by extension, unless they found hip hop. So.
And they were all writing in their little notebooks.
Yeah, exactly.
Believing in themselves. Yeah. I prefer it after.
Same. Yoongi said about because they do hip hop, they wrote about their attitude towards hip hop. And he said for RM, that meant how he started listening and rapping, and for J-Hope it was about how he started out with dance and naturally fell into hip-hop. And for Sugar it was he wrote about how he started producing music at a young age and then learned music properly. And then he said RM wrote the melody, he thought it was really good, like Yoongi, and the melody RM wrote was really good, and he said it's one of his favorites from the album. Yeah, well obviously he loves hip-hop. Gets to talk about it. What's not to like? Performances wise, so we're trying to stick to not that many performances for each song this time, but they performed this more than I thought they would have.
Well, they just love hip hop.
Yeah, they do. They love hip hop. Perform it, and they want to tell us about it. They performed it on the Red Bullet tour, the HYYH on stage, the Epilogue, the Wings tour final in Seoul.
Wow.
And it was cool to see how they seemed super into it. I thought
they love the hip hop
line. No, but like
the vocal line are into it.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, hip hop. Woohoo!
Love it.
So I included a stage mix where you can see them all doing it across different places, but I chose the HYYH on stage performance where they wear the outfits we talked about before, where Jake has got the Dennis the Menace cardigan and Jin's gorgeous leopard print cardigan. I'm always jealous of. But yeah, I was impressed with vocal line's commitment and the way they sort of echo the ends of the rap line verses. Because they don't really do that in the song, but in the performance they do. Bimin doing some sexy dancing.
Nice, yeah.
Jin pulling off some swag, I wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jin is swaggy in it.
Yes. Good performance.
Yeah. I liked the stage mix.
Yeah.
And maybe this is because the stage mix covers off the later eras. But I did take a screenshot of Pinkmon.
Pinkmon, yeah.
Pinkmon flashes up. So you get like really poor haircuts and then you get a bit of Pinkmon and I'm like, oh, come back.
Yeah. What did you think of the performance?
I liked it. Everyone's vibey. Everyone wants to be there, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. The video is actually cut up into sections. Maybe you can't see it on your phone, but if you look on the, I don't know what it's called, the grey line, it's cut up and it tells you what era it's from.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Or the stage mix, you mean?
Yeah. So the pink habit, HYYH on stage.
So yeah, that is the main performance that I picked, yeah.
Not of the era.
No, well, I think it probably is, yeah. Yeah, and then also what I didn't include, but what I found when I was looking at performances for this, I happened upon like shitloads of these reaction videos from these like American hip hop guys.
Okay.
Who were all like, whoa, BTS, they just understand hip hop. Like, wow, this is so good. I'm so glad I watched this. They were never ending. Like, this guy reacts to hip hop Phile, this guy reacts to hip hop Phile, like loads and loads. They were saying shit like, they've got so much knowledge. I don't know why this song isn't more famous. I'm so glad I watched it. So, I mean, this song, it did what it was meant to do, I think. Hip hop credentials. Tick.
Got it. Tick.
Yes. So, yeah, it impressed some hip hop dudes.
Some hip hop dudes in America were impressed.
Yeah, they really were. Yeah, I was just astounded by how many like guys with their hip hop creds were just like sitting there like, whoa, hip hop Phile, amazing. So yeah, it's maybe made for them more than for us.
Maybe.
But yeah, I still like it. Double done. All right.
Hip hop.
Should we move swiftly on to
yes?
Let me know that's you.
This is me. It was, let me know, it was written and produced by your boy.
My boy.
So, yeah, it was written by Sugar, P-Dog, RM, J-Hope, and produced by Sugar and P-Dog.
Yay.
Yeah. And let me know it's about ultimately, like, resisting the end of a relationship and not wanting it to end. And then they can't help but look back and try and figure out what brought them to the ending. And then Sugar in his unboxing said, when you listen to the melody, you'll fall into a trance with it, which I would agree with. It's got good slow vibes.
Yeah, and it's kind of ominous. I've written it starts out with Tae's low ominous voice.
Tae just brilliant in this. This is like really Tae opens and he's got that deep vocal. It's feeling nearly reminiscent of where he's gonna go and grow to. I think it's one of the first we've sort of left behind Growly Tae.
Well, Growly Tae makes appearances in this album for sure, but like not in this song.
Not in this song. And then they do like a bit of like sad rapping.
They do, yeah.
They do. It's all like sad and
it's dark. It's dark and wild, you might say.
So it starts off with V. On this melody that has ended, I'm enduring by myself. Now tell me that it's over. Let me know. Then Yoongi.
Yep.
Every second, raindrops fall and well up around my eyes. You well up. Even when I just breathe, I see you. Perhaps it's true that love blooms like cherry blossoms and withers away easily.
Just as easily. Yeah. The cherry blossoms are only there for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you got to go see them as soon as they're there.
Yeah.
As if it was a dream, we burned like a flame, yet only the ashes are left.
Beautiful. I thought it was reminiscent of the flower work.
Yes.
Although he means like the opposite thing, because RM was saying the flowers are longer lasting than fireworks, so he wants to be a flower and not a firework. But Yoongi's saying that the flowers are also fleeting.
Oh, I get that. Yeah. That's fair. Yoongi goes on to say, "Hey girl, I know the conclusion you made by yourself. Your hand, your body heat that was hotter than the equator."
Yeah, body heat. I had to take a break there. Yeah.
I'm still here on repeat on top of the disappeared tune. I'm turning by myself on top of this music that has ended.
I think one translation I read said like stuck between the repeat buttons, as in I think he means like the fast forward and rewind button. So he's like stuck between going back and forth. Yeah. And he's talking about a melody and how he's going back and forth on the melody, but like her presence is not there anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sad. And then we go into the pre-chorus, which is V again and the low vocal. On top of this ending tune, I am standing here alone. Now tell me that it's over. Let me know.
Yeah, same line as the intro.
Sad.
Yep.
Then the chorus, girl, let me know, girl, let me know. Although I already know everything is over. Just so there's no regrets are left behind. Girl, let me know, tell me something. I just want to know, no. My lingering feelings are trying to withstand the end. So please tell me something. Girl, let me know.
Yep. So he sort of knows that she's checked out, but she's not told him explicitly.
Yeah. That happens, man. That's hard. You can check back in.
Yeah.
But hard after you've mentally checked out.
Yeah.
You should just talk to her though.
So he wants her to like just set him free, basically. Yeah. Let him know.
Set me free!
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. All right.
Anyway.
Joe.
Yeah, then Hobie comes in with his sad verse.
Yeah.
Where did the promises we made to each other go? They disappeared along with time. The dominoes that fell as a result of our pairing are like Juliet and Romeo.
Yeah, solid literary reference for this era.
Yeah, good.
Obvious,
good.
But still there.
Obvious, still there. And, you know, I don't think they have to study it. Did you study Romeo and Juliet? Did you study Romeo and Juliet in school, Christine? Because we had to, but obviously Shakespeare's British.
I think we did in English class.
Did you have to
we at least watched it.
Yeah. Did you have to do all of them? We had to do like Hamlet.
No. I think we just watched Romeo and Juliet. We didn't study any other Shakespeare plays.
The DiCaprio one?
No, the old one.
The really old crap one, yeah.
Yeah. It was nice. It was romantic.
Romantic.
Yeah.
J-Hope goes on. Perhaps I loved you too burningly, but the heat between the two of us can't cool down.
I think he means like fiercely.
Fiercely, yeah.
Like not burningly. Burningly is a poor translation, but yeah. The love was too fiery, and then passionate, the fire had to end at some point. Burnt out.
Yeah, I think that is what he's trying to get at. The arson references.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Again with the heat, guys. Woo.
Should we tell them how hot we actually are?
We're sat in a blanket fort at the moment, and it's also summer in London. It's about 25 degrees outside.
And we're surrounded by about 50 blankets.
Yeah, right by the window.
Yeah, we're trying out new sound quality techniques to help Christine with editing.
Hopefully you'll hear the brilliant results.
Yeah, please email in if you're like, wow, the sound quality of this is worth the amount of sweating that we're going through.
Yeah, blanket fort must. In the winter, it might be good. Just do it for like sitting around in the winter. Just put the blanket fort. It's because we're feeling a bit cold.
I texted my friends who were a couple of them were having pretty bad days, and I texted them like, "Oh, Christine and I have built a blanket fort. We've just said fuck it to the world." And they were like, "Yeah, Leanne, get it." And then I was like, "No, it's for this podcast." Yeah. But we might stay in here for a while. Cozy. Anyway, Hobie continues. I look back only now at the memories with you. I think of you already, wondering what you're doing. You take away the stars of my night. You take away the sun of my day. Oh my Jesus.
If you wanted sad Hobie, you've got him.
You've got it, yeah. Oh, my little heart breaks. This is what's so confusing about Let Me Know coming straight after Hip Hop Phile. It's like, harp, I love hip hop. And then we're like straight into this, which is like this beautiful, sad love song.
This is on theme though.
Yeah. Well, it's on brand, but I'm just so confused.
No, as in like the album's about like the relationship turning sour, right? And her not replying to the texts, and like
and Hip Hop Phile's not.
Hip Hop Phile is also about love, but different.
Different sorts of love.
Yeah. It's an argument that maybe Hip Hop Phile should have come after the Cypher. Anyway,
so we're in our feels, we're sad. He said, and the only thing that eventually remained is the darkness of a cold cloud. Oh. So he had no stars in the night, no sun in the day, but he's got a cold cloud.
Yeah.
Poor Hobie. Yeah, the rules that say where there's a hello, there's a goodbye. The Dulcet Girl said this is sort of a reference to where there's a meeting, there's a parting, which is a Korean saying based on a Buddhist term, meaning those who meet surely part away.
Yeah,
so
which is true.
Every meeting has to have an ending.
And whenever you meet someone, you will always end up not being with them anymore.
Yeah, you always end up leaving them.
Yeah, parting.
Isn't that sad? Yeah.
Even when death do us part. Yeah, exactly.
Then he says, never ever, whatever the rule is, I want to disobey it. I turn away from it. I hypnotize myself.
It reminds me of Hold Me Tight. This song. Yeah, because they're so sad. They're so sad. Like, oh my god, my relationship is ending, and I just never will have. I'll never be cheerful again. I was Ron Weasley, so I don't care about that. Yeah. But you will. It's like a dementor at the end of a relationship.
Yeah, but anyway, you will.
Yeah, you will. Yeah.
There's better girls out there for you boys.
Exactly.
We're available
right here.
Literally waiting.
So, Generation BTS on Instagram.
You can find us inside the blanket fort in London.
Yeah, Natasha's in Korea, easier access.
Yeah. She'll pop round. Then Aram comes out with the bridge, which is after the "So please say anything to me, girl, let me know. Perhaps we are all stupid fools. We all carry inside our heart a love that has already ended. It's not that I still have feelings for you. I also know that we can't be together again. but sometimes like I have an upset but sometimes like I have an upset stomach, like something is stuck in my chest again. Why do my feelings suddenly explode from inside and make me throw up? It's aggressive. Poor lad.
Well, I read a translation that was like, cries come up my throat, making me throw up. Which I'm wondering if sobbing. He means like the sound of my cries is like, or like coming out of my mouth, when like vomit, like word vomit.
Or like when you get like choked up and your throat tenses.
Yeah.
Maybe
he means that.
Throwing up everywhere.
Yeah.
In my imagination, I fight with you, I make up with you, and I understand you. Your hand gestures and your way of looking at me, they are blurry. Why wouldn't they disappear?
Yeah.
Why? That's nice. That's sad.
Sad.
Because like the memories are getting like further away and it is blurry and she's gone, but you just...
He has accepted it now.
He's accepted it, but it's not like gone.
Yeah, he's still sad.
Yeah, really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so sad. And then back into the chorus.
Yeah, I said I think that feels quite familiar. Like you can tell yourself like, no, I can't have them, I can't be with them, like, but you're still like, just don't want to feel this way anymore.
It's like when you unfollow them on Instagram because you just don't want to see them.
You don't want to be reminded.
But they're still in your head.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they do the chorus again without the pre-chorus and then it ends. But yeah, I really like the bridge. I was going to say when you talked about Arm's bridge, I really like the bridge. The bridge is good.
Yeah, it's really sweet. What do you think, Natasha?
But yeah, in the book that I read, that I've referred to a few times, it's called BTS, The Review by Min Yoongi. He called it the most memorable track and the masterpiece of the album.
Oh.
He was very excited about it.
It is nice.
Yeah.
It's nicer than I expected.
Yeah, I like it. It's nice. Like the ominous vibes are nice. But I think the chorus is a bit repetitive. But
don't need the vocal line again. No, but you could just have the
Tae's vocal and the bridge are highlights of it. And obviously my baby produced.
Yeah, he did a good job. Good job. I was in a bit of a trance.
Yeah.
Just like I said I would be.
Anyway.
I wouldn't have been able to tell you what it was called or where it sat on the album. You know, like because Darkenwild's so long. But after I'd read the lyrics and I watched the performances, I now seek it out.
Yeah, it's nice. It blurs into Rain, I think, a little bit, which is the next track, which we'll get onto.
What do you think, Natasha?
Let us know how you feel about it.
Let us know how.
I do like Let Me Know. It's a softer song that I probably listened to more when I first listened to the album years ago. This one's probably in my playlist more than Hip Hop Phile would have been. I like the calm vibes. It's soothing. It's a crying in the shower song.
Definitely.
Which you love.
Yes. Yeah. It's perfect for that. Yeah, so what Yoongi said about it in his review of Dark and Wild, he said, finally we have a prod sugar song, and then he did like a little shy giggle. It was adorable.
Oh, very sweet.
Yeah. He said he worked on it for quite some time and he's really proud of it. It's both hip-hop and R&B, he said, which probably is fair. He said production happened quite quickly and he thought about making it a solo track, but he and the company also thought it wasn't the time for solo tracks yet. I'll tell that to Aaron because no, I'm just kidding. I think his album came out the year after. Anyway, he said, without having any selfish intentions, this track is his favorite on the album.
Well.
He's made it. It has to be his favorite. Anyway, performances.
So the performance that you linked reminded me of the Coldplay Fix You performance that they did. And then the more I thought about it, the more I thought that Let Me Know also reminded me of Fix You. Yeah. Fix You's more like about helping someone, but also about fixing that relationship, fixing it together. And I was like, oh, this is really beautiful. Maybe that's what inspired them.
Maybe.
But also, it just because they're sat down in the performance.
Really far apart,
really far apart. But also, the looks are just a real problem. Hobie's got that awful hair again.
Let's say where the video's from.
Oh.
So there were quite a lot of videos of them doing this live as well, including concerts and radio shows, etc. But I picked one from a show. It's called A Song for You because I thought the vocals were great. But it is aggressively in the era in terms of styling.
The styling was just terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, V's opening vocal. Beautiful.
Yeah, really shines. And then Jimin does a really long falsetto high note at the end. I was like, wow, early Jimin.
Yeah, they were
pulled it out.
Yeah, they were really. I thought some of the V's vocal and Jimin's vocal really shone.
Agree.
when you scroll over the YouTube video, it's the most played moment is Jimin's high note, like low, and then it just like shoots up so high and then goes back down again. It's so cool.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, people stop in there.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone want to say anything else about Let Me Know?
No, good song.
It's a good song. Yeah, it's nice. We like it. But yeah, all right. Well, we will move on then to a song we've already mentioned, which is Rain. Natasha, you're gonna talk us through the lyrics on that one.
Yes. Okay, moving on to Rain. But just a disclaimer, if you hear any noise, I am living in a guest house, so there's lots of people moving and the walls are really, really thin. So sorry for the disruptions.
And she doesn't have an amazing blanket fort like we do.
No, exactly. Yeah, no blanket fort.
No blanket fort for you.
It could be a bit of reverb. Apologies. But yeah, talk us through.
So it's written by Slow Rabbit, RM, Sugar and J-Hope and produced by Slow Rabbit. So it starts off saying it's like rain noises. It's setting the mood. And then the first lyric is the thick colour of a rainy day in Seoul, which is JK's sexy voice. So it switches between vocal and rap line. Racing cars, gently shaking umbrellas here and there, cloud sky, clear air. Reflected in a puddle formed by now stopped rain. Why did I, with a light grey background, pause to stand here? I don't know if I have a lot of thoughts or no thoughts at all. When it's about to get bright outside, I wake up from my sleep. With exhausted hands, I keep brushing over my hair, the memo pad of a song that I couldn't complete last night. I'll finish it today. I shut my eyes tight and let out a deep sigh.
Yeah, this is RM's verse, isn't it? Yeah.
Why are you so sad, RM?
This song is more autobiographical, isn't it? It's about their experience as like first-year idols. Anyway.
It says, how should I make excuses? I tried to make something up. I couldn't do it anyway, so I might as well just make something up and send it. As I turn my eyes, it's fully coloured in grey outside the window, the grey building in the grey city, in the grey rain, on a grey road. Everything in this world is slow.
I like that he feels like he can't write a song, so he writes a song about not writing a song and making excuses about not finishing the song, and then that becomes a song.
Yeah.
My younger brother, awakened from his sleep, keeps slurring his words at the end.
Yeah. He says, I think, what is it? They have the word for like, which I can't think of right. Dongsang, yeah, he uses dongsang. So it could be his actual younger sister, or it could be like any of the younger members essentially. Yeah. But probably it's the members because he's talking about, I think they're living in the accommodation at this point, aren't they?
Yep, he says, I again open and close the innocent refrigerator with the unknown empty feeling washing over me. I think that I should just go outside. The sound of the rain touching the world feels vivid. I put on a brief smile at the best background music. I hum like a crazy guy. I wonder what time it is. That's the end of RM's rap.
I feel like we're just in RM's stream of consciousness.
We really are, yeah.
Woke up, got a tea, went to the refrigerator, looked out the window. Oh, it's raining. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh no, I'm so sad.
Yeah, it's more like the sad.
Oh no, he smiled.
He smiled at the
background music, like all melancholy.
He's like, oh yeah, the rain matches my mood. Great.
Oh, brilliant.
And then the chorus is the thick colour of a rainy day in Seoul. I still can't fall asleep as I fade away. The rain stops, and in the reflection in a puddle, I see myself looking more miserable today.
God. Jesus, RM.
That's the chorus. That's not RM anymore.
We don't know who writes the choruses, but I don't think it was Hobie.
Anyway.
Then we continue on to Sugar's rap, which is, the rain that knocks on my window in a rainy night hits my heart. A text that I read, holding my sore shoulder. How are you these days? The text from a friend makes me soaked in emotion. Smelling the scent of the wet rain, I stretch my body, go to the bathroom, say hello to myself, half asleep in the mirror, and take a long shower, even though I have no one to meet. With nowhere in particular to go, with an umbrella, I plod along without a set destination. The rain makes its mark on my dirty shoes, as if it's letting me know it exists. Would I be someone who left a mark on you, like the rain. If not, I would be someone who just comes and goes like a sudden shower.
That is a really nice line. Sweet, that's sweet. Really, really nice line.
But even a sudden shower would make a mark.
Yeah.
Less marks because it's come and gone, whereas this is like
if it
long
rains for
rain.
ages, then you know, like,
and you know that
all
it's
the little worms come out of the ground and stuff. Yeah. I think also I was a little confused by the you, as in, would I leave my mark on you like the rain, is the translation I read that said that. But I think he's referring to like the fans or the music scene, because they're not in the relationship in this one. They're like in their real lives, I think. Yeah.
And then the chorus again. Then it starts with Hobie's rap. When I look outside the window, as I heave myself up, I feel so. It's raining as if it knew how my body would feel. I feel as I see the raindrops gathered on the windows, that they are like teardrops flowing down my heart.
Yeah. And like Derp sings a bit at the start of his verse, isn't he? Yeah, which is nice.
Soft vocal.
Putting the subtleness behind, I look outside where it looks like my situation. Everyone is andante in the rain, falling like a melody.
Yeah, so andante in music, I looked this up, refers to a moderately slow tempo. But in Portuguese, it also means something that walks without a clear destination.
Oh, actually. Wow.
So here...
Do you think he knows Portuguese?
I don't know. That's what I sort of got when I looked it up. So he could be referring to the rhythm of the rain being moderately slow, but also that the rain sort of clouds his vision and makes him lose sight of his destination.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty good, that one.
And then he says, I get ready and go outside, opening up the umbrella that was as wrinkled as my face. As I walk, listening to the rain, I wonder who this rain is falling for. The sound of the rain touching the lonely grey cement stimulates my sense of hearing. Come slow down. Is that part of it, or have I just made that bit up?
No, Come Slow Down is part of it, but I can't hear him say it. It says that he says it in English. I've listened to the song trying to listen for it, and I couldn't hear it. But it's in all the lyrics that I've read, it says that he says it. On the rain, though, RM loves the rain. In the book, he talks about how when he went to Tucson, he used to love when it rained because then he could hide behind his umbrella and no one would recognize him. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I also love the rain.
Oh, lovely.
I've got an existential love of the rain, actually.
I'm sure RM has the same.
Yeah. Back to you, Natasha.
They do the chorus again, and then there's a bit they sing, right?
Yep. It says, even when this rain stops, even when the cloud clear, I'm standing still just like how I am now. Without saying anything, I look down at the world. There, and not so beautiful me is looking at me in this rain. And then it, like a static sound, same from the beginning, starts to like end.
Why do they not think they're beautiful?
I think it's because they're like not having a good day and they're all tired and worn down. And I don't remember if this was in the book or if it's one of Yoongi's interviews, but they talk about like how they used to sleep from like 4 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah, 2 hours, yeah.
And I read one interview around when Yoongi's first mixtape came out, and he was like, yeah, so we worked until like 11, and then I went to the studio until like 5 a.m. and then I slept. And the interviewer was like, but it's like 11 now, like how are you here? And he was like, yeah, if I didn't have this photo shoot, I wouldn't have slept at all. I would just kept on going.
Oh boys.
I know. Yeah, they must have been really tired. But yeah, I think
weird. It's a weird thing to write about.
I think when Yoongi talked about it, because obviously they had this focus, right, of like being authentic and like, so it wasn't like, let's write about the rain. It was like, oh, we have to have a song that's about us, that's true to our current experience, and like we can share the, you know, ups and downs of being an idol. Because and again, it says that in the book, it talks quite a lot about how that was very revolutionary, because traditionally idol groups had only been like, yay, smiles for everyone.
Wow,
like,
so happy all the time.
Exactly.
They were like, we're tired.
The not so beautiful me looking back at myself refers back to the reflection in the puddle that they talk about earlier. So it's about sort of how they're feeling about the rain, but when the rain fades away,
they've still got to work.
They're still feeling that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The rain is not the problem.
Yeah, the sun doesn't come out and brighten the day, because that won't help. Oh, so sad.
Yeah.
It's a memorable song. When I think of Dark and Wild, I think of rain.
Really?
When we played the BTS game in the line for 4 hours, we missed rain.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. So the BTS
I didn't know.
Was, like,
I didn't know lots of.
To make the queue go faster, we would say like a letter of the alphabet and like try and think of BTS songs on that letter until we ran essentially. But yeah, we did misread. Like
it was meant to be like a game until someone lost, but it ended up becoming let's name every BTS song ever written.
Yeah. Well, it did pass the time though.
Yeah, a couple of hours we spent.
Can recommend. So yeah, no, I think. It's sort of like we talked about it with the Festa songs. It's so similar to Still With You that whenever I think about it, I end up like thinking of the wrong song, if that makes sense.
Do you like it more than Let Me Know?
No.
Yeah, same.
I thought I liked it a lot, and then I went back and listened to it, and I was like, it is a little forgettable. But I like the lyrics, and I think it's sort of needed on the album because otherwise it wouldn't have any, aside from the Cypher maybe, any reflection of how they're feeling in the moment.
I think it was more important with the lyrics, right? In the way that I thought Hip Hop Phile was about how great hip hop was. With Rain, I thought that might just be like a sad love song, with it being in Dark and Wild and they're all tortured, and then actually it was about them.
Yeah, their truth.
Their truth, and that was really lovely. But I don't like the sound of it as much as I like the sound of Let Me Know.
I do like the piano, the like blinkering piano. I don't know how to say it. Twinkly piano I've written. It sort of really does feel like a rainy day.
Reminds me of V, the sort of jazzy. Oh, like vibe, rainy days.
Rainy days, yeah, exactly.
Oh my Jesus, look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Synergy across the board.
What about Forever Rain by RM?
Forever Rain, yeah.
Also, I like that one as well.
Yeah, that's a great song.
That is a good one. Maybe I'll start a Rain playlist.
Yoongi said Slow Rabbit wrote the song. He also likes it a lot. It's about being trainees and how after debut nothing has really changed. They've not reached like, oh my God, we debuted and now everything's fine, everything's great, we're all super happy all the time. Like, no. He's sort of come to terms with that that's not real.
You've achieved the dream, but it's hard.
Yeah.
And they've not achieved it yet there.
No, they've debuted, but I think Yoongi's talked about how when he moved to Seoul, he was like, please let me debut. Like, at least if I debut, then if I fail, I can go back to my family and be like, right, well, at least I debuted. And then obviously you get to debut and you're like, right, it's still hard.
It's harder now, actually, because you've got more shit to do. And we're getting judged more regularly by a wider population. So once you've debuted, you've got the risk of failure.
Yeah, still. And the songs that you write, obviously, they have to perform, right? They have to do well. And you're sort of constrained in what you're allowed to write and perform, put out.
Not easy.
Yeah, he said they boldly express all the things that bother them in this song. Performance-wise, it looks like they only performed this on the Red Bullet tour. So I've included the stage mix because it was the best quality video I could find.
I almost didn't realise it was a stage mix because they're in the schoolboy outfits.
Yeah, they're in schoolboy outfits, but
the hair changes. The hair changes.
Again, I was impressed by the vocals, especially Jin and V during the choruses I wrote, and Jackie's ad-libs.
I prefer the blonde Yoongi parts to the red-haired Yoongi parts because they look too young in the red-haired ones. They look like baby gangster schoolboys.
All right.
Let's move on.
Should we move on?
Cypher. Do you remember when I hated the Cyphers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now look at me. Brilliant Cypher. This one's a good one.
This one's a great one. So next time we're going to do...
Killer. Sorry.
Is BTS Cypher Part 3, Killer. Feat Supreme Boy. This one was written by Supreme Boy, RM, Suga, and J-Hope. Again, an internal production. And it was produced by Supreme Boy. So the third Cypher starts with the intro going, kill him. Kill him. And then RM
Who are we
goes,
killing?
The haters. I mean, always.
We need a hater song. It's going to be a Cypher.
Yeah, Cypher. Yeah, so then RM goes, whatever you do, I will kill for. Whatever you do, I'll be real for. Look closely. This is the beast mode you wanted. Wow. When the men smoke cigarettes and the women smoke wind. Apparently this is like slang for cheating in a relationship, having an affair. He says, I smoke beat. This is a beat smoke. So to have an affair or to cheat in Korean is baram piuda. And to smoke cigarettes is dambarul piuda. So he says baram meaning wind, piuda. And this line rhymes with the next line in English, which goes, when the men smoke cigarettes and the women smoke wind, as in cheat. I smoke beat. This is a beat smoke. So that's what he's saying. But it said on the Dulce Bangtan blog that this line became controversial because of how it depicts women. So there were opinions that the line makes it seem like it's equally likely for men to smoke and for women to cheat.
Like men smoke all the time. Women always cheating.
Yeah. So in 2017, ARM changed the lyrics.
Oh, of course he did.
When some smoke and others cheat. Yeah.
What a babe.
Gender neutral.
What a legend.
Yes.
Oh.
And then he says, who the man told you crazy? Who the fella told you crazy? Another slightly strange English example. I'm better than you lazy. I live 100 times harder than those bastards who do hip hop with their keyboards. So referring to like all the keyboard warriors who aren't like real rappers and who just like put hate comments online.
Trolls,
exactly. There's quite a big section in the book actually about how RM received a diss just ahead of the Mama 2014 Danger performance, and how in that like rap that he does against Zico, he has to respond to this diss. Yeah.
Well, he drops it in Killer because this man is angry.
Yes. Then he says, they say rap is an easy genre. Too many generals, a ragtag bunch of nobodies. You should get some manners. Why do these incompetents who cannot even complete a verse try to discuss rap or music? That's why here they all still rap the same way like this. They can only say 3 or 2 words at a time. I'm not going to pretend I know loads about hip hop, but according to the Genius lyrics, RM raps this part in a triplet flow, which is an easy rhythm, supposedly, which is popular among rappers both in Korea and abroad. In fact, it's recognizable enough that it can make a lot of hip hop or trap music sound the same, they said. And there is a little video that they linked about triplet flow from Vox, which was quite educational. There was a clip of Snoop Dogg saying he thought it made everyone sound the same. So I guess that's legitimate. They're all critical patients. Mother, father, which I think is probably a way to get the lyrics past the anti-swear word thing.
It's meant to be mother.
So it's meant to be motherfucker. And then he says, aphasic patient, all just con artist. Aphasia is when a person has issues with their language or speech. Usually it's due to damage to the left part of the brain, like from a stroke or an accident. Yeah, so dropping that deep knowledge there.
Dropping the null.
Yes.
Null?
Wow.
It's just whenever I'm in the hood. My K-pop Phile song's gone big. I'm like, I'm lad, dropping that null. Cool. I don't think I've ever seen this before in my life.
I was breastfed, to be honest. This is not a thing. Anyway. Okay. And then he says, back yourself and look in the mirror. If you're gonna bring something, be original, suckers. You put in 0 effort. Now he comes into his like softer rap bit and he goes, I go by the name of Monster. Welcome to the Monster Plaza. This is
nice.
This is Cypher. I'm a rider. I'm a ride it like a biker. Really cool.
Really cool. Big fan. Fan.
Then he says, oh, shush, play a backward beat. And apparently the official lyrics say like swish in Korean, which could be interpreted as sh, but sounds like shit. You're a sewer and I'm savory. So in the Korean lyrics, he says ha sugu, which means sewer, and gu su ha, which means savory. So he says he's on a backwards beat, and then he says a phrase with a group of letters that are used like forward and backwards. So it creates like a you're a hasugu and I'm a gusuha. Hasugu also means someone who lacks skills, or a puppet. Sounds like similar. Yeah. The kids whose skills are on strike do so much protesting behind my back. So rappers without skills are dissing his skills while protesting them when your skills are protesting you.
Yeah,
your skills are on strike. Man, what are you afraid of? I'm confident on top of the beat. You're a beggar, all your pockets are empty, and even your barely existing abilities are poor. I don't need Givenchy because I'm a star. So Givenchy had a star collection.
Yeah.
And then he says, I don't need Hugo, already a boss.
Yeah.
I'm
a king.
I presume you get that one.
Yeah, that's Hugo Boss.
Yep. I'm not Buddha, but I'm a butcher. I cut away your flesh. So Buddha in Korean is butcho. Butcher. Yeah. Clever. And he says, change your iPhone. You don't need your airplane mode. My roaming fees are hundreds of dollars, and you know I can take it more. So as we know, they don't like iPhones.
They hate the iPhone.
Even though Tay has one.
Get on the Samsung.
So I would guess we can get further into this with this song because there's loads of references to like Korean culture and stuff. But I'm guessing iPhones are seen as more like fancy and foreign because obviously Samsung is Korean and cheaper for the same quality, supposedly. And the whole song has a flavor of sort of not being keen on things that are like pretentiously foreign.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this guy is not going abroad despite his super cool American iPhone.
Yeah.
But RM is going abroad and he can afford to roam abroad as well.
Yeah.
That used to be really expensive.
Data roaming's expensive abroad, man.
Yeah. Well, it used to be even worse. Like it used to be like you couldn't turn on your
even for a minute.
Yeah, your mobile data for like 2 seconds without being hit with like £100 bill.
Well, RM's rich, so get that, haters. He's not that rich.
He can do it. He's not that rich.
He will be.
Yes. And then he says, make money with rocks, sell rocks, you frauds. And according to Genie's lyrics, the way that you say fraud in Korean literally translates to rock seller. Ooh. So it means like just sell your clumsy skills, you frauds. Yeah. And then he says, Sao Paulo to Stockholm.
Stockholm.
Yeah.
And V says Stockholm.
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 Yeah.
Stockholm.
Stockholm. Yeah.
Is how that goes.
Yeah. They went to Stockholm twice, I think, actually. In Bon Voyage season 1, they go there and then they keep going on about like, oh, this is where we went before and we took the pictures. Like, this is, we've been here before. So, yeah. Anyway.
I was just thinking about shout out to Greenland. Shout out to Greenland.
Greenland. Yeah. Anyway, he said, Sao Paulo to Stockholm, I sit in places you'll never sit in your entire life.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they've been in America, so.
I wrote that he usually changes this depending on where they are. So yeah, when we saw it, it was Sao Paulo to Busan. Yeah.
We were like, Busan.
Yes. And then Arm's verse is over. Supreme Boy does the chorus officially. He says, haters, I have a lot, but no problem, I kill. Shoveling my career to bury me. So shoveling is a widely used slang to describe an action that is pointless. So the haters attacked my career to bury me, but they're just wasting their time. But I don't care are the official lyrics, but I think...
Bitch, I don't care.
Bitch, I don't care. Fuck you, I don't care.
Fuck you, I don't care.
Yeah.
I saw some translations that were like, frankly, I don't care. I was like, fuck that. It's fuck you, I don't care. Fuck you, I don't care. You can't control that. Yeah, we're angry.
Yeah. You can't control my shit. And then again, it's spelled like shit is how you'd say it in Korean, I'm pretty sure. I became a ninja who overcame distrust and returned again.
Oh.
Yeah. So then J-Hope does a verse, and his verse is great. Like, just let's preface this. No, but like, just in all the, I will explain to you.
Oh, right, and all the references. I just thought you meant Hope was a brilliant rapper.
He is. But his verse is really good. So he starts out with... Sorry, go on.
No.
Yeah.
I know where you're going. Yeah. Interesting. That's your second. This is brilliant from J-Hope. You said one earlier.
Well, you're wrong.
Right.
You're wrong. Anyway, so his first line is, this 4th album, Focus Point, Cypher. So the Cypher is song number 7, 14-song album.
Got it.
Focus Point, Cypher.
Middle.
Yeah. When this track plays, haters go completely silent. In this scene that is illegitimate, this song is a legit trap. Everyone will fall into it every day. I wrote this reminds me of how Yoongi said about the Hegum video, I think it was he said about, that he sets traps in his music, as in he includes things that he'll know will get a rise out of haters and antis.
Like
and
the
stuff
smoking.
like that. Yeah. Or people who have nothing better to do than to like jump up in arms and like pro clutch their way through something that's mildly controversial. Yeah, wiggle themselves into a cobweb of attempted comebacks, I've written.
Wow. Brutal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Poetic.
It is. And then he says, hang over bang. The swag explodes. Whenever I go, I drive straight. And wherever I go, there are all these hip-hop losers everywhere.
Oh, surrounded by them.
Yeah. Our positions are proportional. You should be too busy to slander me. As in, like, we should be equally busy. I don't have time to fire cheap shots at you because I'm working super hard. Like, I'm barely
sleeping.
Yeah. Like, if you're supposedly a rapper, you shouldn't have time for this. And then he says, but I felt by bait. So bait is pronounced Biki, which is slang for a club doorman. Bait in Korean is actually Mickey. And then according to Dosa Bangtan, that means that the previous phrase can also mean, but I feel a good chance coming.
Oh.
Yeah. And then he says, all the unis call me beep beep or beeper. Although uni is usually what a female would call an older female, it's apparently common for club doormen to call female customers uni. Yeah, regardless of their age. So he's carrying on from the previous line saying, all the girls call me. And then some other translations said, page me.
Text me.
Yeah, or it could be beepy, which is what he actually says, and which normally means like pager or beeper. That's what they call a pager, essentially. And it could be censoring the name that they call him, although he's called me something. Something I can't say.
As in, you know.
Sexy boy. Yeah.
It's not where I was going.
No? Okay.
I was going with fuck boy, but then I couldn't bring myself to say it because not my hobby.
Yeah,
never. Not that sweet angel.
Yeah. And then he says, who dares swear at me? And tell them to look at their own situation and come back. I've got everything I want. Oh, I'm on top of the beat, wiggle wiggling, jingle jiggling, roll rolling, beagle beagling. And beagle is used to refer to someone who's extremely cheerful and energetic.
Oh, he's
like
always beagling.
Yeah,
he's
like
always beagling after that beep.
Yeah. And he says, and my powers that blaze blazing, the god who owns rules the ring. This is just a sample, just a snack. My rap will soon be a Korean meal to fill your stomach.
Wow, this is just a flavour.
Yeah.
This is not even, you don't even know what else I'm going to give you.
And then he says, that's right, my nation Korea. So again, they're on this like, we're super Korean beat. He says, all the rap manchiks trying to spit out poor English. Look at who's standing above you now. So manchik is an old slang that has been used in clothing markets by shop owners, customers who know nothing of the ways of the market, the prices and how to negotiate, etc., and are therefore extremely gullible, are called manchiks. So he's saying the rappers who don't know anything about like how the game works are in hip hop files. Try and just rap in English to, you know, sound more hip hoppy. Whereas he is rapping in Korean and sort of doing better than these guys trying to do it in English. Yeah. You know, so he's trying to be like, see, I'm so good I can do it in Korean. Yeah. Brilliant. He's representing his country, doing better abroad than you guys are. You know? Like people abroad, people, English speaking people, they know me, they don't know you. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, a hobby dropping.
dropping the null.
Dropping the null.
Yeah. That will be a new joke now for the podcast, I'm sure. Okay. So they do the chorus and then Suga goes, SUGA, aka August D. My second name. When I walk in the streets, they whisper my name. Yeah. Suga. And this is actually the first time we ever hear about August D.
Oh, wow. I was like, oh, this is like similar to D-Day. But he's just introduced it. This is it. Dark and Wild.
First time we hear about August D.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. I thought he was called August D before he was called Sugar.
No, he was called Gloss.
He was called Gloss. He wasn't.
That was his Daegu rapping name. It was.
Like Runtranda.
Yeah. It was called
Runtranda and Gloss.
Yeah.
Adorable. Yeah. So cute. Right, great.
Yeah.
August D, we've met him. He's going to change our world.
He will. My beats that I laid from Daegu to Apgujeong, my music that breathes alive in every corner of the world. So Apgujeong is a neighborhood in Seoul that is considered one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in South Korea. Ooh. And Daegu obviously is the town where Suga grew up. In other songs, Suga's obviously talked about how poor he was growing up in Daegu. So this line is saying how people all across Korea know his music because they're far apart in geography, but because Apgujeong is super rich and Daegu is not so rich, he's saying both like very wealthy people and we're
all the classes,
every class, also know my music. And then he says, I'm a baby shaman who dances on the jakdu, called the beat. That's me. So according to the Encyclopedia of Korean Folk Culture, jakdu means a straw cutter. and it refers to the sword on which a shaman would perform the blade dance to demonstrate their spiritual powers.
Ooh.
So in the context of the song, Sugar is saying that he's become like a shaman because his rap is so good. He is dancing on the beat like the shaman dances on the jaktu, which are the blades.
Wow, which is hard.
Mm-hmm.
We should say before, on the top of Sugar's rap, it is so fast.
It is
so good. Too fast for V to do.
Yeah. He has to help him out. Or he wants to help him out, I think. But
yeah. Well, he must have tried to practice it and not got it.
There's also the bit in the video where Sugar's like, I think maybe one verse would be enough for you.
So me too.
Anyway,
we'll get there. We'll get
there, yeah.
But yeah, we should shout out that this verse is like...
It's great, yeah.
Double speed of the others.
Exactly. And then he says, do you know that half of what you see of me on TV is a kagamusha, which is a Japanese word that is used to denote a political decoy. And by calling the version of himself shown through the TV a kagamusha, he is saying that the face he shows the world is like a mask.
Early persona stuff.
Exactly. It's not the real him. And in the context of the song, because I thought this was a bit confusing, but I think he means like the nice, polite idol persona he displays on TV. It shouldn't fool you into thinking I'm not like a super cool rapper.
Because he's angry.
Yeah. Or that I'm
down with that sword that's just danced on.
You shouldn't be fooled into thinking like just because I'm an idol, I'm not a better rapper than you.
Nice.
It might also be that what you see on TV is not the extent of my skills. Like, don't underestimate me because you see me dance around and stuff. Like, it doesn't cover my range of rap ability.
There's more.
Yeah. And then he says, even if you act with bravado using your 3-inch tongue, that's just rap touting. So 3-inch tongue is a negative term used to describe someone who uses their words to fool or attack someone.
Like a snake's tongue, viper's tongue.
Yeah. Aimed at those stupid lazy asses. The solid, ambitious spirit of my ruling rap.
Nice.
Yeah, my flow job that catches those arrogant, no-name rappers and toys with them. If you try to damage me with petty words like that. So he uses the term gukdil here to mean damage, but guk actually means extreme, and dil comes from damage dealing, as in like it's a Konglish word, which is an online gaming term meaning a full-scale attack. So he's talking about like if you attack him with everything you have. And then he goes on to say, I only become stronger. A mystery. I'm growing bigger from your jealousy. A bulgasari. And a bulgasari literally means cannot be killed. So like your hate just fuels me. I get to a place where I cannot be killed.
This is so swag.
But traditionally, bulgasari refers to an imaginary monster that sometimes they painted on like folding screens or chimneys. And also that monster constantly kept growing. That's why it was called a bulgasari, like cannot be killed. So Sugar is comparing himself to this monster, saying that he's constantly feeding off the jealousy and attacks, getting stronger and cannot be killed. Yeah.
Wow.
Really good.
Legend.
Yes. And then
all the girls go wild.
Iconic line. Yes. As you know, my voice turns people on, both men and women. My flexible tongue movement will send them to Hong Kong with my rap. And sending someone to Hong Kong is slang for making someone orgasm.
And he just
a little
just only a little tiny one.
And he sings it. Yeah, I can't.
We should have found a clip of all of the hip thrusts as a compilation.
I'm sure
I bet that exists. Yeah. Go find that.
Yeah, I can't believe I've seen it 4 times. I've seen it because he did it in Busan, even though he was tiny in Busan. But still,
he saw it on the screen
3 times on the D-Day tour. Also, my inclusive king, men and women.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, not just the fangirls.
You can make them all come.
Everyone. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, really beautiful. Really good line. And he says, in this food chain, I'm always at the top, the summit, my unstoppable eccentricity. Whether or not someone screws me over behind my back, we travel around the world while you fucking glaze around. He says Hangnim, who aged immaturely, so he uses Hangnim instead of Hyungnim, which is a Satori way of referring to elder males. Compared to my standards, you're at the level of babies. Whether I'm whack or I'm fake, whether I'm this or that, I'm the new standard of the music scene.
Wow.
This rap slaps the old bastard's ears like a storm. Chop, chop, chop.
I'm the new standard of the music industry.
And this verse is littered with references to Koreanness, the bulgasari, the jaktu, the 3-inch tongue, like all the like traditional sayings. And then they do the chorus and they shout out, "Killer!" I think it's J-Hope that shouts it. At least when they perform, it's like J-Hope that always goes, "Killer!"
Yeah, before we went to Busan.
Yeah.
You remember you didn't want to know the set list, but I wanted to know the set list because I was still baby Amy. Well, not baby. I'd flown to Korea without a ticket.
You were like 10 months in.
I was 10 months. I was deep. We had the podcast. I had the shrine. Like I was in. I was committed. But this Cypher, UG, and My City were the 3 songs that I didn't know. That we were like trying to secretly play on the playlist without it becoming clear to you that they were going to be there. And I remember when I put on like the third Cypher for like maybe the third or fourth time, you were like, "Oh, you like this Cypher?" And I was like, "I love this Cypher." Even though I like never heard it. You were just like, so great that you love the Cypher. I remember that because I was pretending I liked the Cypher more than I did, but I didn't really know it.
Yeah. But it was really cool to see it in Busan, obviously.
Because you never thought you'd see a Cypher.
No, yeah, I was really happy about that. Obviously, I love the song. It's really, really cool. Really, really cool. I've written so cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
Do you prefer it to Cypher 4?
I don't know.
It's
a toss-up, I think, because I always thought Cypher 4 was my favorite. But now I'm like, I don't know which one is the best one.
Gun to your head?
I just don't know.
Oh, you've got to pick one or you're dead.
I think the chorus is better on this one. But I always traditionally, before I knew the lyrics, I always preferred the 4th Cypher. But then this one has a special place in my heart because I've seen it. But maybe I'd have to go with 4. I don't know.
I think listen to 4 more.
Yeah.
But when 3 comes on, I'm always like, yeah! I'm always like super happy and hyped that it's arrived
I feel
Shuffle.
that way about 4
but
as
I
well,
don't
though.
seek out Killer. I don't think I've ever typed Cypher 3 Killer into my phone, but I've typed Cypher 4 in.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's Cypher 4 for me as well.
I think it's just as clever. I've written like in terms of double meanings references and like clever lyrics. Obviously, because sometimes when we look at the early songs, we're like, oh, they're not as intellectual here. This is. But I think this one represents like a real grudge because at this point, obviously, they were still very much trying to make it. In the book, it talks about how like the first album was okay, successful, second album not successful, third album quite successful, and then Dark and Wild not successful. Then also the amount of hate I definitely underestimated, like how much of the book is dedicated to like, oh, we were just like absolutely destroyed online, the bullying, how much it affected my psyche. And like you would think that you would just probably, like if I was a celebrity, I wouldn't sit around like reading negative comments about myself, but it seems like it was so intense that maybe it was just like in their face all the time. So yeah, I don't know if it's a response, because I think as they got more and more successful, the hate got worse, which is, obviously at this point they're not that successful,
but the hate's easier to take as you get more successful than when you feel like you're coming down.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can reap the rewards of being successful like whilst having the hate, but in the book it sort of made it seem like 2015 to 2017 was the worst hate-wise. Wow. So that's what confused me a little bit about this song having come out earlier, because it seems like they're sort of holding on to their grudge of the hate that's represented in this more so than the later hater songs. But maybe they just feel like this is the best telling off of the haters.
From a hater perspective, this is the best Cypher. Cypher 4 is my preference, but yeah.
But they're both hatery. It was just like the Cypher 4 from a more assured
place,
point.
Yeah,
place.
Natasha?
What do you think, Natasha?
I do like the Cypher. I like it more now than before Busan, because with Cypher 4, I guess the singing along factor is best, like more doable with Cypher 4. And then this one, I was just like, it's a bit different. It's not really for me. But listening to it more and more and more, I am more hooked. I can definitely vibe to it more. There's like a hype, like, ooh, ooh, ooh song. I was also thinking, do I prefer Cypher 4 over Cypher, this one?
You picked Cypher 4 as your favourite song on Wings, I remember.
Yeah.
I think what does it for Cypher 4, and I remember RM talking about this in his like V Live about Wings, is the beat in the background. Yeah. It sort of just sets the scene. I remember RM being like, oh my god, Dux Kim gave us like an amazing beat to rap on. So I think that is something that elevates Cypher 4 a little bit. Yeah.
We no reference to Cypher 2, Cypher 1.
Cypher 2 is pretty good.
Second room Cypher, shout out.
I think Cypher 2 is good. Cypher 1's not very good.
No.
Yeah. Yoongi said it was written by Supreme Boy, and as soon as they heard it, they thought it was really great. The concept is just killer, he said. So they wrote it to match that concept. And at the concert, he said he thought it was the song that got the biggest reaction. And then he said, which I actually remember saying in the Are You Late To episode, he said Cypher Part 2 was all based on technique, whereas the Cypher 1, they wanted to show off their like 90s hip-hop credentials. 2 was like, let's show you how fast we can rap. But he said this track is very exciting and it has elements that would excite everyone. And they've been able to combine technique with lyricism.
They've got it.
They've got the meaning down.
They've got the beat and the null.
Exactly. The tech and the null. the new slang for like clever but skilled rapping. Techno. Anyway, definitely don't go around saying that. It's not a thing.
Stop trying to make techno happen.
Let's get on to these lovely performances that we've picked out. I couldn't stick to just one for this one. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
So I picked HYYH in Japan. I thought it was very powerful. They wear the white jackets and sort of ripped black skinny jeans. RM wears a bomber jacket. Hobie has like a denim style jacket, and Yoongi looks like a raincoat.
Yeah, Yoongi also looks like Eminem because he's got the hood, hood up over the cap.
That's probably what he was going for. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Everyone feels very hyped. They do some like fun finger dancing along with the lyrics. Yeah, and then we picked Summer Sonic. They're all on stage for that one, so it's like an OT7 type of performance, which I thought was cute.
You put in the description, vocal line hype boys.
OT7 hype boys, yeah.
OT7 hype boys. And then I started singing hype boy.
Yeah.
Smart, like what you did there.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, they're all in the same outfits as the previous Summer Sonic performance, World Hormone, and vocal line are just like hyping and singing along to certain parts and just dancing around, really. But they're so into it.
They are really into it. I really like in the Summer Sonic one, you see RM, RM can get into that flow where he does the big jump, where he gets like loads of height and he just goes and goes and goes and goes. That reminds me of him at Busan, and he was doing it there, and I was just like, you're so fucking happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enjoy this, my guy.
And then during Hobie's first take, he's constantly shouting, whoa, whoa. Like every time he takes a little break, he's like, whoa, whoa.
We can get on to B and his cringe.
Yeah,
Taste shine.
The president of the Cypher Hype Boys.
Yeah. He formed the club. He's the president, the secretary.
Yeah. Treasurer. Yeah, everything. He loves the Cyphers.
Yeah, I really like at Summer Sonic that they've got a mix of the old army stick.
Yeah.
And the new army bomb. I've never seen that at any other sort of concert before because they're all like on the one stick or on the other, but that's how you can tell it's like a festival. So you've got all of the armies there, the new ones and the old ones.
That's true. Right, so the next performance I included was Festa 2016, which is V's Time to Shine. All right, boy. So I included a link to Daily Motion for the actual performance because it doesn't exist on YouTube.
We'd watched the Bangtan Bomb of him practicing, and for whatever reason, I thought he just practiced it and never performed it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and then I was like, you're fucking kidding me. They let him do this on the stage.
Of course, yeah, that's why he was doing it.
It was amazing. That's why he was practicing. That makes so much more sense. Whereas for a while, I just thought he was just trying to learn it. But like then people at this festa got to see that.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Bangtan Bomb's entitled V Fulfills His Dream. And until like that moment, I was still rooting for Cypher Part V. And then when I was watching it, I was like, oh no. He's achieved his dream. He did it.
Yeah, he didn't get to be an unofficial Cypher, but maybe he shouldn't be an unofficial. Yeah, so watched his performance on Daily Motion. he performs in Sugar's red rain jacket.
And he didn't ask if he could wear it.
Arm's like, oh, it's Sugar. And Sugar's like, yeah, that's my jacket. Tay performed this at Festa 2016, if anyone didn't know. So he did the whole song mainly by himself, but then Sugar helps him a little bit on his verse. He rewrites RM's I Go By the Name of Monster to say, I'm Kim Se-young.
That's it.
Yeah. And then and there's so much dabbing. Oh, the dabbing.
So much dabbing. The problem is we watched this clip a few months ago, and now when the Cypher comes on in the club, we start dabbing, but it's such a niche reference that no one else seems to do it. So then we look like ridiculous white girls who think that dabbing's cool.
It's super cool, yeah.
So then we just get in this cycle of like over dabbing.
It is a deep cut, but yeah,
it's pretty embarrassing.
If you see anyone dabbing to Cypher Killer, that is right,
guys. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Dab away, Miami friends. Exactly, dab away.
Yeah. So Tay sort of practicing at the start. He's struggling through the verse. Like RM helps him a few times, be like, "This is the way that I say it," and then Tay tries and tries and tries, and then Jake is in the background mouthing the whole thing along.
Literally, he's doing it, and then when he's
just zero issues.
We'd watched that when you said that JK was coming for us all, and then JK finishes that with, "I don't think you should rap."
Yeah. That's the thing. As soon as he finishes RM's verse, he's like, "Young, you really shouldn't rap.
You shouldn't rap."
And then Tay, when he's like bopping along trying to practice the rap, he's constantly like, "Skirt, skirt, skirt, skirt."
Literally, if you're gonna watch one thing from this whole episode, go and watch this Bangtan Bomb of me practicing for Cypher 3.
Yeah, and he's practicing in the fanciest outfit anyone's ever rapped in. I'm pretty sure he's like in some slacks and a button-up shirt.
Yeah, and he's still doing the dabbing.
He's fucking dabbing away. Skirt, skirt.
Like a rap.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah. He practices on stage as well, and the amount of dabbing he does is unreal.
When I watched the live performance, I was watching it and I was like, oh, he's not doing the dabbing, maybe it was a joke. Yeah. And then I screenshotted it was like at 1:44 when he does the first dab, and then that's it. Yeah. Once he's done the first one, all hell just breaks loose. He's just a dabbing king. Yeah. He's like, he almost forgot about this incredible move that he was going to do, and then he remembers.
I'm going to dab like crazy.
Shit, I meant to be dabbing.
It dates the performance a lot.
And then they all come and circle him.
Yeah.
And just watch. Even in the practice, they can't stop like laughing.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because Hobie looks like mesmerized while he's doing Hobie's verse. He's like, oh my God, wow. And then RM and Hobie are giggling a lot. Yoongi looks very unimpressed for the whole time, except when Hobie's like, look at him doing the dabbing, and then they both go like, yeah, dabbing. So and then funny. He joins in for verse 3. But yeah, I wrote about the dabbing. I counted 9 in the last chorus alone, and he's not even in the frame the whole time.
It's just his hand. Just one hand coming. He is so happy in that moment. He's so happy.
And it's very, very funny. Yeah, you absolutely should watch it.
Funny.
Skirt.
Nani. But in the live performance, he is quite swaggy until he starts dabbing.
Yeah.
I was with him.
Maybe it was cool at the time.
Yeah.
But maybe not quite so much dabbing. If he'd done it maybe once or twice, that would have been okay. But yeah.
Having a good day.
Did you watch / do you have anything to say about the Bangtan Bomb V performance?
It's nice listening to you being so like happy by the little things in life.
For sure, yeah. No. It made us really happy.
It's funny. I wish you would have watched. You find it funny.
Yeah.
You wish you would have watched it when we watched it because we were having a whale.
Wall banter, yeah.
Yeah. See you in the club. We'll be dabbing that killer next year.
Exactly. And then the last link that I included for Busan is a fan cam of the performance, and it's pretty good quality.
That Busan performance,
because I couldn't not include it, but I believe maybe we've already talked about it enough. Wow. So
the Busan version of the killer would only be helped by V being there on stage. That's the problem, is that the killer Cypher is so swaggy and so angry. Yeah. And it's so perfect within that Busan performance until I know about this performance of V doing it at the Festa. That's why Dark and Wild's such a roller coaster. It's the exact same thing, but one of them is like so powerful. It's just so funny. Then I was like, would I want V to be there on Busan? And I was like, no, because
funny. It was
exactly
powerful.
But then how can it be so powerful? But there's such this silly version of it.
It's because it's so powerful that when you can't do it / you do it whilst dabbing and shouting skirt skirt. Yeah. That's when it's funny.
But like, what would have been like better?
Yeah, that's true. Luckily, we can have them
both. We can have them both. Yeah.
It's
been amazing.
Brilliant part of the podcast research. Cool. All right, I think that is all the superlatives that we can use about the Cypher.
Brilliant.
It's the most amazing.
Absolute null tech.
Yes. Techno.
No. joke.
Maybe it's like one of those things where you can say it either way.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. Yeah, if you own it.
Yeah,
which I do.
If you're just as swag as me, I'm just kidding. You're the swag master Johnson over here. That's no swag.
Skirt.
Okay, let's try and wrestle this back, guys. We've got a lot of songs still to get through.
Yeah, we've got an interlude coming up. We need it.
Yeah, we do. So, Interlude. What are you doing now? It was produced by Slow Rabbit. And the lyrics are just, what are you doing? As in, mohe, what are you doing? And they repeat it over and over again. The music is played over like a dial tone from a phone, which ends in like a call ended. So I'm not sure if the person's like practicing what to say while dialing, or if the person they're speaking to has like picked up and isn't responding, but then the dial tone's there. So yeah, but then anyway, like it hangs up. I suppose this refers to all the songs about their girlfriend not picking up their calls and texts and stuff. Yeah, I think that's all we need to say about the interlude, really. Yeah, it's fine. It's a little break in the album. Cool. Next song is Could You Turn Off Your Cell Phone? So yeah, it is a bit of a random one, not gonna lie. It is written by P-Dog, RM, Sugar, and J-Hope, and produced by P-Dog, Big Dog. And then
L to the P-Dog.
I think it links to the interlude above with the dial tone, but I could be wrong about that because it seems different, like thematically. Anyway, RM goes, cell phones, lost friendship. Where are you, my friend? Cell phone, go.
Great job.
Yeah, and then the chorus goes, could you turn off your cell phone? Everyone says it's smart, but we're all getting dumber. Could you turn off your cell phone? Look at my face and give me a mention. I don't need a like. Whoa. I think they mean as in like everyone says the phones are smart, like in smartphones.
But they're making us dumber.
Yeah. Verse 1, RM goes, you use your phone to even tell me you're going to the bathroom. You give me a slight smile as if you think you're smart. It's not funny at all. I've seen you for the first time in months. Why are you acting like a popular guy all of a sudden? Did you win the lottery or something? And then Sugar responds. I think this is another one where they like pretend to fight in the song, kind of like Spinebreaker. And Sugar says, what lottery are you talking about? Wake up, snap out of it. I switched to a new phone, friend. It's the information age, as you know. Since the 21st century, where more than half of the people in Korea are smart, in quotations. So like more than half the people in Korea have smartphones, I think he means. And by 2014, apparently over 70% of people in Korea had smartphones. I think it probably was the same here. Everyone had smartphones by that time. And he says, talking face-to-face is an outdated, distant country's story. So Sugar's arguing for smartphones, whereas RM's arguing against. Yeah. And then J-Hope tries to intervene. He says, why are you guys fighting like this again when we're seeing each other for the first time in a while? Phone? First, let's have a meal. That's what suits us. Do you even have a girlfriend? Your new phone is a waste. I don't want to be like Youngsoo, who enlisted. Please work your magic. I don't know what this means. No one knew what this means. Knows. Yeah, I guess maybe they had a friend called Youngsoo that enlisted, and then they're not able to speak to him anymore. He probably doesn't have a phone, so actually it doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean you don't know who Youngsoo is? Just the Dawson lady don't know.
No, no one knows. Youngsoo is just Youngsoo.
It's just a guy.
Super enlisted. I mean, maybe they lost touch with him, you know, because they're trying to like catch up after a while, and Sugar's just on his phone. Maybe their fourth friend was Youngsoo, and then he enlisted, and now they don't speak to him anymore.
Maybe they're at the house.
Now they're like, don't become like Youngsoo and ignore us.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Yeah. J-Hope says, where do you want to go? I'll go there. This feels like the hotspot. And apparently this is wordplay, because hotspot could also be mobile hotspot.
Oh my Jesus.
Yeah, wow.
Jeez.
Yeah. But what are we doing after eating? Let's not go to the boring PC bang, as in the computer cafe.
Mm-hmm.
But wait, could you turn off your cell phone when someone is talking to you? Again, I don't know. It's a weird verse. Well, they do the chorus again, and then the post-chorus is slide to unlock. I hated your ping. And then it has like a phone ping.
Yeah.
I hated your shh, as in like, you know, the message sent sound.
Yeah.
As in your phone was constantly going off when we were together. I guess it must have been before everyone constantly had their phone on silent, like now.
Yeah. It goes off too often now.
And then they say, slide to unlock, press your click, press your click. Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Anyway, RM's back on it. He says, are you eating with your eyes like girls do? Stop taking pictures. I'm losing my appetite. You're busy updating again on Facebook or Twitter. Yeah, I think his friend's probably taking photos of the food. For the internet. Which we all do from time to time, I've written.
Yeah, well, they're on stories, though.
Yeah,
not on the grid. Not on the grid. The stories have revolutionised how cringy it is to show your food.
Yeah.
I think it's sad that they're saying that girls eat with their eyes and not actually eat.
I don't know if that's what he means, but I thought that too.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if what he means is like, why are you acting like a girl putting your food all over social media?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know that many guys who regularly go like, oh, look at the salad that I'm eating. Like, it's so fancy. So yeah, I'd wonder if that's what he means, but it could be both, I guess. Yeah, anyway, J-Hope says, life is 3D. Tweet at my face. You Twitter and tap as you cough. Food is spitting out of your mouth as you're on your phone. Do I need to hit you with your cell phone for you to snap out of it? When you're out of battery, do you think ours will be charged? And then now Sugar's come around to the hater side and he says, could you turn off your cell phone or put it in your pocket? Everyone says it's smart and the times have gotten better, but we're rushing twice as much. Sometimes I miss the times when people talked face to face. Communication increased, but between us is a noisy silence.
Whoa.
That is a deep line, actually.
Deep cut.
I understand what he means. So yeah, they sound really old, to be honest. But yeah.
Put your phone away.
Yeah.
Away.
They're getting it's easier to communicate with more people, but hanging out together has suffered to the point where like we hang out, but we're not talking.
Because we're all just sat on our phones.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But then I told you when I was away for that whole week, I came back and I was like, I'm going to go upstairs and just like sit on my phone because I've not been able to do that for like a week.
I think it depends. I think it depends on like how close you are with the people and also like how long you're seeing them for. Because like when the three of us are on holiday together, like you're not going to have us like constantly chatting the whole time. So a little bit of phone time is fine. Whereas if you're like with friends you've not seen in a while, like here.
Yeah, with Youngsoo.
With Youngsoo.
He's back out of military. Better be giving him some time.
Then Sugar continues, I don't need things like messages or selfies. I've come here to see you, not your phone or the food, but you. Hey, this isn't right. What is our relationship? We used to be happy with just a smile. Turn it off, man. And then they do the chorus and the post-chorus again, and then the song is over. It's a little random, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm guessing this is something that might have been like really in the zeitgeist at the time. There were a lot of like news stories and maybe politicians and stuff being like, rah, rah, young people are always on their phones. Kind of like with the jackets in Spinebreaker. No one's saying like, get rid of your phone. It's just like, while we're having a meal together, could you not be on your phone? Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine, yeah, agreed. It's
for the song. About a concept that
it's like it wants to be Spinebreaker, but it's definitely not Spinebreaker.
No, it's not as good.
No, because it's sort of just aged
poorly.
It's aged poorly in a way that like no one's not using their cell phone. Like I understand their point and like yeah, they're right, you shouldn't be using your cell phone in that particular instance. But if like by this time everyone was like, yeah, smartphones sucked. Remember that time when we used smartphones? And this song would have been really apropos. Whereas now we're like, everyone has a smartphone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What do you think?
It's okay. Yeah, it's just kind of pulling us down from the big killer and stuff that we just had. So
we're still on the roller coaster coming down.
On to bigger and better things.
Exactly.
Embarrassed.
Yeah, because there actually aren't even any performances of this. We've found the sign. There's 0 performances. Not even JK Karaoke. They have never performed this.
Do you think that's ironic?
To my knowledge. No,
because you need to use some sort of filming device. So maybe they were like, "We'll never,
no.
we'll never."
I think they're just
it's just crap.
It's just not a very good song. Yeah. I'll tell you what Yoongi said though. He said it took a long time to put it together, and the rap line used very short lines. Nowadays, everyone has a smartphone, he said, but he wrote that communication has increased. Everyone seems to have become more silent. So that was the issue they based the track on, which, obvious. On to better things, like Natasha said. Embarrassed/blanket kick. It was written by Hitman Bang, Sean, Slow Rabbit, P-Dog, RM, Sugar, and J-Hope.
Wow.
And produced by Hitman Bang, Sean, I don't know who Sean is, and P-Dog.
Hitman Bang?
Yeah, Hitman Bang.
Get it?
Graced us with this presence on this one. So, the Korean title, Ibulkik, is a slang that's a combination of ibo, which means blanket, and kick, and refers to when you do something embarrassing or cringy during the day and you go to bed and you cover yourself with the duvet and then like the memory hits you real hard and you can't do anything but like tumble and toss out of shame in your bed, like kicking your blanket, like, oh, why did I do that? Oh, so dumb.
Been there.
Yes. Been there, definitely. I think everyone has. And that's why the song works. Okay, so the lyrics start with RM, he says 1, 2, 3, 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and then he says, I do all sorts of things. I might become a tree.
Oh,
this is a wordplay where he uses gaji gaji to say so many things or all sorts of things, but gaji can also mean a type of tree or a branch of a tree. So he's saying like gaji gaji to turn into a gaji, I think. Why do I keep becoming weird in front of you? I'm not a preschooler, but why is everything I do so childish? Actually, I'm a bit more childish than the pun I just made, referring to the tree one, I believe. Look at my eyes. My jokes aren't serious. Saying this is so hard. I like you. I was too shy to become your son, so I became a cold moon. But afterwards, I kept making blanket waves on the sea that is my bed. Splash, splash. It's so aggressively hard.
So cringy.
It's full of the metaphors.
Yeah, he's got it.
He's picking a blanket.
Yeah.
When I first read it, I was like, oh my god, does he have like a waterbed? But then I read a different translation. I was like, oh yeah, he means like kicking the blanket as in making waves. Right, cool.
I mean, it's waterbed. Pops a hole in it.
Yeah. And my auntie used to have a waterbed. That was, you get in and then you feel like...
Where are waterbeds? They've really died out.
A thing of the past, I'm pretty sure. But yeah. My achievement is to convert my embarrassment to UFC while jumping up and down like a crazy guy with a high kick and a jab and a hook with some pounding. I let it all out on my blanket. If anyone doesn't know, UFC is Ultimate Fighting Champion, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like a martial arts boxing or wrestling or whatever competition. Oh, give me an iron so I can smooth out my hands and feet.
Oh, God.
Also back then, I believe, specified that you might say, my fingers and toes are shrinking inward after you see or do something really cringy. Like finger curling. You have already made it into several lines of my lyrics.
Oh.
But what did my blanket do wrong to pay for it? I just wish you were here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. And then the chorus I've written, I think it's Tay that sings it, but I'm not sure. He goes, only you.
Nice.
Only you. Again, I'm acting awkward in front of you. You're so pretty, pretty, pretty.
No.
Pretty, pretty, pretty. But why am I like this? I sleep and kick my blankets around. And then they go, only you, you, you.
And they do the point.
Yeah, they do. They say, why did I do that? My head spins. I just kicked the innocent blanket. Kick. Oh, you're so pretty, pretty, pretty. Pretty, 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 pretty. To me, it's only you. Only you.
I'm back on this roller coaster now. Yeah. Where are we?
I don't know. I just thought this when I was first researching the album. Like, what? Are they now happy with the same girl? This is a different girl. Like, I don't know who they're singing about. It's definitely not on theme. No. But it is classic BTS where they're like, yeah, the first 4 or 5 songs will keep it to theme, and then the rest.
And then we'll do the hater song.
The hater song.
We'll do a hype song.
Random middle section. And then the outro will keep the theme back up. That's how it works. So, yeah.
And also, why did Hitman Bang write this? What was he thinking?
I think he was thinking, ideal boy band, boyfriend types. Like, let's make the boy girls. Next door. Yeah. Let's make the girls want to date these lovely, cute boys. So, Sugar says, my eyes follow your eyes, nose, lips. But please don't misunderstand. I can't control myself when I see you. I'm really acting silly. I take a big gulp and say, cheers, instead of water. I'm not even drunk, but I pretend to be drunk and act cute. I'm not a pencil, but I keep getting dark thoughts towards you. Could it be that you already noticed my dark thoughts? He says hukshim to say dark thoughts, which can mean an ulterior motive. But it also means the core of a pencil. It literally means black heart, is what they said. So I think he means, have you noticed why I'm acting like this?
Because you've got a crush on her.
Like, have you noticed that I'm acting like this because I like you? I try to hide my real thoughts, but it doesn't work, and I just rub my face. So apparently it's normal for people to talk about dry washing or rubbing their face when they're nervous or anxious, shocked, angry, dumbfounded, etc. That's the saying that he's referring to. Time flies without my knowing. TikTok. When we get to your house, I try to set the mood. I grab your shoulders, thinking this time I'll really pretend I'm crazy and give you a deep kiss. But then the phone rings. Phones are his enemy. Your dad angrily asks when you're coming home. And then in the song you can hear there's like a phone that rings and then she goes, "Yubaseo." Yeah. I was a little confused by this as well, but I think they've been like hanging out together and he's like walked her home. And they're standing outside her house. He's about to kiss her, but then her dad's like, the phone goes.
Cock blocker.
The dad goes like, "Where are you? Why are you not home yet?" And then she's like, "Oh, I gotta go."
Fine.
Yeah. And then he goes, "Oh my god. The mood was so good. Before I sleep, I get angry at my blanket again. It was so good." Oh. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I found this really charming.
It is really charming. Yeah. It is. It's really charming.
And then they do the chorus again, but just the first part. And then J-Hope goes, "Should I go or not?" Then I went. "Should I do it or not?" Then I did it. Making jokes and playing around, getting physical and acting cute. But my arrow keeps missing your target. Where is it? Is that where your heart is? Why did I do that back then? It's a sleepless night again today. The blanket on my bed is my sandpack. Kick. Yeah, so J-Hope stuck with the chorus this time in true early era style. But yeah, they've moved it around a few times in this album at least, so we should give them credit for that.
He's got more.
J-Hope's got more verses. Armstead done a bridge. It's been more evenly distributed. And then they do the full chorus again and the song ends.
Cute.
So yeah, it's a cute song about being nervous when speaking to their crush and how they take their frustrations out on their blanket when they're in bed, which I guess is quite relatable, especially to people at that age. If you're like late teens and you're like, this is your first crush. Or maybe at least your first crush that you're trying to do something about, but they're not sure. They don't have any game.
They got zero game.
Yeah.
I think it's really endearing.
It is really endearing. I think it's cute.
Yeah. Anyone else nerds? BTS boys being all tied up in their blanket? Adorable. Yeah.
I wrote it's charming with and without knowing the lyrics, because you get the like you and the yepo 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 and like which means pretty.
What's Just One Day on?
School Love Affair.
Yeah, it feels like Just One Day for me.
It's cute. I like it.
Cute.
Yoongi said it was a sweet track written by Bang PD about what people in their teens and 20s feel when seeing someone they like. He wrote about how you would unintentionally act cute in front of the person, say lots of jokes, etc., and then regret it later whilst kicking your blanket. And he wrote about taking a girl back to her house, hoping to kiss her, but then failing, and then going back over that moment. And he thinks it's really relatable.
You're gay, baby, you're gay.
Yeah,
very sweet.
Yeah, it's to the point as always. Do you like it, Natasha?
Yeah, I like it. It's cute. It's something you can like sing along to. I feel like you do like a little bit of a sway when you're like da 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 da. Ooh,
yeah, it's quite happy. It makes me smile as well.
On the roller coaster.
Yeah,
up.
Yeah,
and then only made better
by the performance.
Oh, it's just 10 out of 10.
They're really cute. Yeah. I included the 2015 Festa special choreo practice just because it's really cute. Arm's really funny when he pops his head out at the start. JK in the bed is cute as well. The choreo is really, really cute. They do all the little hand gestures, and when they go pretty, they're like doing the like hands at the face.
As soon as they do the flower cup on the face, I'm dead.
Yeah, it's so
dead.
Cute. And then when they go like pointing out to the side 3 times. You. And then after the flower cup hands, they like put their hands together and do the like sleepy hands under their
they're
cheek.
in that little blanket.
They're like, when I'm going to sleep, I'm kicking my blanket. And they're doing a little kick. Yeah, love it. It's great.
How with these boys, the killer boys?
I don't know.
That's why Dark and Wild just baffles me wall to wall. When I watched it for the first time, I was like, where's JK? Oh, he's in a bed. Yeah. Adorable.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah. Getting on from that, I think there's a wake up tour. I also included the clip, which there's the surprise JK. So they have the bed on the stage where you think JK's in that bed. But when it's his turn to like sing for the Only You, they find it's just a plushie. And Aram's like, where's Jungkook? And then the music starts playing and he pops up on the bed that's like in the background. Yeah. And he's like, so Only happy. You. Yeah.
He looks so happy.
It's really smart.
I don't know how you convince them to do this as well.
No.
You know, it's those clips of like, how much did they pay Sugar to do? Like,
he was on board, I think.
Yeah, well, they all look super keen.
Yeah.
They're all like, this is who we are.
Yeah.
I'm an underground rapper turned singer,
Kisiano.
dancer, cutest
maybe they
baby.
had like maybe I'm buying like manage their expectations, like this will be part of it, this is what you're signing up for, just making sure like you definitely still want to do it. And they're like yeah definitely.
And then eventually
I don't want to hear anything about the cutesy stuff.
You're gonna have to do it.
Right, okay, fine.
And then eventually
and some of them really like it, like you can tell like J-Hope and
Jin love it, JK, V obviously, even Hobie's just so happy being cute.
Yeah, exactly.
Aram and Yoongi, how did you convince them?
Well, they were just pursuing success still at this point as well, right? If they were like, right, in order to be super successful as an idol group, we have to do this cutesy stuff. And maybe they liked it, you know? They do love cute stuff in Korea. Silly. They just love cute and sweet and everything like that. So maybe it's just a cultural thing where we think like, like rappers would never do this. Whereas for them, it's like, that's obviously part of being an idol rapper.
Duh.
Yeah.
I'm a rapper and a flower.
Yeah. Yeah, and Taple some funny, sexy, cute faces, and J-Hope tries to kiss Jimin.
Yeah. Oh no! In the back, there's J-Hope tries to kiss Jimin, And then V does turns Jin and slaps the wall as if he's going to kiss him. And then RM and JK go to kiss as well, and then look away.
When Yoongi's rapping on
the bed. Yeah. And I had to watch that clip like 3 or 4 times so I could focus on each individual pair
so
to see what they were doing. Yeah, part of the performance. Yeah,
it is. Okay. Yeah, what do you think about the choreo?
I like it. It's cute. I never really understood why there were a bed in the performance until reading the lyrics, but I was just like, oh, it's the part with the bed now, I guess.
Okay.
It is weird to have a bed in a song called Embarrassed.
Yeah.
Not so weird in a song called Blanket Kick.
That's true.
Cute.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
Well, on that high note, I think we'll say thanks for listening to part 2.
Yeah.
That's it for part 2. So yeah, it's a happy high song to end on. Oh, and if you want to see all of our amazing content from Korea and everything, follow us on social media. Where can they do that, Natasha?
On Instagram, we are at Generation BTS_, as well on TikTok and Twitter. Or you can find us on YouTube, just Generation BTS. And if you want to email us, it's generationbts@gmail.com.
Nice. And we'll be back with part 3 at some point. Keep an eye out. Or hit subscribe and then you'll get notifications. Yeah, I've been Christine.
I've been Leanne.
And I've been Natasha. And we have been
Generation BTS.
It's good.
It's good. Okay, nice.